Hey, everybody! Welcome back. Welcome back. So haven't made a video in a while, and I'm just really struggling to find any really good content that I thought was worthy of making a video. Now, I'm going to make a video today because something happened that I think every trader in the world must face eventually. What must, but will face eventually. And I get these people come and they take my course, and ultimately, when I don't hear from them for a long time, it's never a good sign because it means that they've kind of become complacent. So when anybody takes my coaching, I always tell them I need a year of your life, right? And everybody will say, yeah, they get that concept, right? But they don't really know what it means, right? And then they have to kind of learn the hard way. So without any further ado, I'm just going to talk about this situation because I think you can all relate to it. So E here, I've changed his name, is one of my students. Now, to give you some background, he's a young man, struggled with trading for like 3 years, trying all different things, no success whatsoever. Finally, I forget how he came to me. I think it was a referral, and he took my coaching, right? And um, you know, when everybody, especially people that have been in business for a long time, when they take my coaching, they're really kind of blown away because what I do is so different than anybody else teaches. I mean, it's completely different, and I can't blame anybody else because none of them have worked as a floor trader or on for five top prop firms or worked as an advisor on an institutional desk. So they really just don't know what they don't know, right? So when they take my coaching, they're always blown away. But part of my coaching is that you keep sending me trades for a long time. And you'd be surprised how many people don't do that. It really shocks me. I mean, because they pay me, and they go through my coaching, and everybody says always says the same thing. It's the best thing that they've ever done for their trading. They love it. Everybody Nobody's ever said to me, Steve, your trading sucks. At least not my full one-on-one coaching. I did sell some other courses that were small that they kind of sucked. But my full one-on-one coaching, nobody's ever said to me it sucked. I mean, everybody always tells me it's the greatest thing that they've ever done for their trading. But surprisingly, I don't hear from people. So here's an example. This guy took my coaching about, I'd say, 5 months ago, right? 6 months ago. He did all the preliminary homework. He sent me everything for a couple of months, 3 months, and then I never heard from him. I heard from him a couple of times because he said he was making money all the time and he was really happy. But whenever that happens, I always get scared because I know that this Skype message is eventually coming. Okay? So in his case, he didn't really want to follow my advice where he still wanted to day trade. And I tried to explain to him that day trading is extremely hard. And you've got to have special conditions to do it. It's not impossible, but you got to have special conditions. So anyways, get this at 12 o'clock today. Hi, Steve. I need help with discipline. I was doing well, then got too confident on one ticker, took out 3 months of gains. How many of you that are listening to this right now have been there and done that and got the t-shirt, right? So it happens, right? And I said, yes, that can happen. I said, are you day trading? And he said, how do I get over it? It's affecting me. Yes, feeling very disgusted at myself. No shit, Sherlock, right? So I just want you to read what I've said here because it's really important. And if you can take this to heart and it can help you too. So the thing is, it is next to impossible to day trade on your own. And what do I mean by that? Listen, guys. I've worked at prop firms. I've seen thousands of P&L statements. I've had hundreds of students. I've gone through several day trading accounts myself. Like, I've been there, right? So I said 99.9% of day traders will eventually blow themselves up unless they have an automatic stop loss that turns off your buying power and flattens you. And this is the reason why I don't day trade hardly anymore, because very few platforms does this actually offer this feature. But when I was working at a prop firm, it was mandatory. It was standard. As a matter of fact, you'd have, like, if you could picture this, picture like 20 desks of traders, and you have three risk management guys up on this high level, like kings, and they're watching over you. They're not only watching over you physically, but they're watching over your accounts. As you know, that's their job. Their job is to sit there and watch your P&L statements, and when they see anything or alerts go off, they just shut you down, right? So when you go work at a prop firm, you start out, for example, with they'll give you like $300,000 in buying power, but they give you a max loss on any day of like $200, right? And then as you grow and as your account grows, they'll give you $300 max loss. And as your account grows more, they'll give you 400 days max loss. And as it grows more, maybe $500 max loss, right? And that's the way it works. And there's a reason why it works like that. So what happens when you hit your max loss, right? The platform shuts you right down, and it's impossible to trade. You literally just pack your stuff, go. If it happens at 10 o'clock in the morning, and believe me, it did happen to be at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'd literally, take a subway, go all the way to work, get into the office, trade for 10 minutes, hit my max loss, and I'd be on my way home. And that's the way it happened, right? And there's a reason why it happens, right? Because that will avoid these situations from ever happening again. And eventually, over time, you develop the habits and skills, so you adjust your trading style as if that's going to happen. So eventually what would happen when I was working at these firms would be that I didn't want to take a subway to work and then go home in 10 minutes. I had to adapt a style that would stop me from losing money. And so all of my focus was on losing money and not how not to go home early, because it was embarrassing, right? You have 40 traders in there, and it's embarrassing as heck. You're leaving the office. We used to call it the walk of shame, right? And you'd go home. It was really no point. Like, it was just, or sometimes you'd hang around. But really, at the firms that I worked at, we didn't let you hang around because you would just be a distraction to the other traders. So we made you go home. It was punishment. Go suffer for the day. And that's what we did. So, this is why retail traders really have no choice. So what I said was to him, go and see if your platform has the ability to shut you down at a max loss, flatten your positions, and not allow you to trade for the rest of the day. That's really, really, really key. Okay? It's really key that you cannot trade for the rest of the day. You got to get out of there, clear your mind, clear your head. You can't just go and say, okay, turn it back on again. You can't, and a lot of the retail platforms, they'll do that. I know there's a couple of them, I think, I won't mention any names, but there's a couple of them that will turn you off at a daily max loss, but it's really easy to go back and turn it back on. So that won't work either, okay? So I said, there's no other answer than an auto stop loss. He said, this is exactly what happened. I noticed I was incorporating a bad habit, but I was still profitable. I could keep getting away with it, and today all that changed. Okay, so my options were you can trade slower stocks that are less volatile. So he didn't even tell me, but I can guarantee you know what he was trading today? 100% he was trading this. I'm going to show you right now. 100% he was trading, because I saw it, BPTH. Oh, wait. BPTH. I guarantee, I didn't even ask him. BPTH, but I guarantee it was a stock, right? Look at this thing. It went from 15 to 70 before it stopped. That's a major squeeze, right? Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I can almost guarantee it was BTCH, right? Let me just look at it here. He probably traded it right here, right? If you're watching this, you can chime in if you want. E, I'm just going to call him E because I don't want to embarrass him, right? And he didn't cut his loss, and that's what happened. It squeezed, it got halted, it squeezed everybody out, and that's probably it. I can almost guarantee you that's exactly what it was. So we get back to this. So I want you to notice something here. I can only teach you to trade and how the market works, and then give you suggestions for controlling emotions. But even I still feck up and have terrible days. That's feck, not up, not you. So the answer is simple. Make it impossible to feck up by using technology and a platform that will do the hard things for me. Okay? Right? When this way, if you have a bad day, you can come back tomorrow. Believe me, this stock will be there tomorrow, and you'll be able to get your money back on it tomorrow. But if you kill yourself, there's no hope for you. Okay? So here's the good news. So, you proved you know how to trade well. That is all that matters. That's what he has to focus on right now. Now we just need to solve that one big problem, and we do that by turning it over to a machine. So here's the steps. Take a few days off. Absolutely critical. Absolutely critical. Okay? I've looked at thousands of P&L statements, and let me assure you, it's always a domino effect. If you try to get your money back quickly, you might as well just light it on fire. So the worst thing, look, it's Thursday. If I was him, I'd take Friday off and then do the rest of the steps and maybe come back on Monday. Step 2, review every single trade that caused a problem over and over again. In other words, look at that trade, go through it 100 times to see what you did wrong and where you could have done something different. Make a picture of that mistake, hang it on the wall so you're constantly reminded of what happens to you when you do not let technology help you. Okay, back in the day, we didn't have the options of brokers shutting us down. But now there's a few platforms that do. If you're not using one, change your broker. Okay? Trying to use manual stop loss, like let's say he got into this trade right here and it halted. Even if he wanted to get a stop on at 54, it doesn't open again and shoots directly to 60. Boom, your account's blown. Right? So even using a manual stop loss ain't enough. Right? The platform has to shut you down. Even the platform shutting you down might not protect you. But most of the platforms operate in nanoseconds, so let's hope they do. Step 3, make sure 100% that the platform will stop you out and shut you down for the day. This is really crucial because I know there are platforms out there that will offer you a stop loss. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, sometimes they forget about you. You have to make sure with 100% confidence, try it out 10 times, make sure it works, and that make sure there's no way that you can override it. Like I said, when I worked at a prop firm, they shut me down for the day. It sent me home, right? And, that's how I survived, having years and years at working at different prop firms. It's a reason why I did it, because I, as I was saying to this E here, he's not alone. So the good news is that he had 3 consecutive months. So he says, yes, I had 3 consistent months of profit. Every single week was profitable 4 out of 5 days usually. So that is what he needs to focus on. Okay? If you're listening to this, E, you know I love you. You know I want nothing but your success, right? So just follow these steps and you will get back. Now listen what else I say here, because it's really important. Step 4, lower your trade size by 2/3. So if you were trading 300 shares, now you're trading 100 shares. And slowly build your confidence back. The key word there is slowly. This is critical because if you think you're going to get it all back in a few days, light the money on fire. Okay? So the good news is if you do all these steps, you will get back and be stronger than ever in 6 months with all your money back. But take a 6-month perspective, not a 6-day perspective, okay? Right? Not a 6-day perspective. And you will grow from this. He's a young man, lots of time, okay? So just be happy you're young and you're learning it now, not when you're in your 40s. You are a successful trader, E, but you have a leak. And this is the only way to fix it, and you must accept that reality. So in other words, I don't want you to go and work on your psychology, blah, 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 blah. Feck, again, F-E-C-K, F-E-K, F-E-K, feck psychology. Get technology. Technology beats psychology every time, okay? Accept that reality. So you find a broker. If you're not with a broker right now, find a broker that will do this for you, okay? And if they can't, or if it's sketchy, or if it doesn't work, or if you can turn it back on, then you can't do it because you've also proven to yourself that you don't have any self-control, right? And, you know, the thing is this, guys, all it takes is one bad day, right? I mean, you can be perfect for 364 days of the year, but one day you don't go to bed, you go to bed too late, and you have a fight with your girlfriend or whatever, and one day destroys all your profits. I mean, look at this beast. Just since we've been talking, in the last minute, it's moved $5 on a $30 stock. That's insanity, right? I mean, how quickly can you blow an account on a monster like that? Real fast, right? It's all it takes. Just one bad day. You can have the greatest cycle. You can be Lance Armstrong. You can have the greatest discipline in the world. Technology beats psychology all the time. There's a reason why Wall Street has gone to algos. Do you understand that? Okay? Yes, it's good to have that, but you need that backup of technology that will stop it from happening, okay? So he says, I truly appreciate your advice. No joke, I'm about to shed a tear. Been there. I thought I was hopeless. I would do exactly as you advised. You're welcome. I know you can do this. You have proven you can. But now is where we separate the men from the boys. Okay? And it's not that hard. That's the good news, okay? The good news is all you have to do is go and change to a brokerage that will give you that technology that will allow you to do this. And if the brokerage won't do it, go to something like IB where you can build an API that will do it for you. If the broker can't do it, build a technology on your own, either Python or something that will do it for you. Okay? So just follow my steps and you will recover just fine. Been there, done that, and got the t-shirt at least 3 times. And I always recovered. Right, guys? That's what people pay me for. People pay me, number one, to teach them how markets work. But number 2, so that when stuff like this happens, they can come to me and I'm not going to be judgmental. Right? I'm not going to be judgmental about it because there's no, I know what it feels like. I've been there. I've cried myself to sleep at nights. I've lost marriages because of this, guys. Okay? So, I've paid the hard knocks. I've been there, done it. I know what it feels like. Right? I've got the pain. That's why I became a coach. I didn't become a coach because I'm some type of superhero, even though my trading style is phenomenal and I think it's better than anything anybody else teaches. That is true. But that's not why I became a coach. I became a coach so that I could spare people the pain and suffering that I went through that got me to where I am right now. And even now, I still am not perfect, right? I still count on. I usually only trade options now because the platforms that I use don't stop me out overnight. So if I want to take a swing trade, you know, options make it so that I can never blow up. The worst thing that can happen is I can lose 100% of my option. So my stop loss becomes my entire option position. So this stuff doesn't happen to me very much anymore unless I trade a stock, and then it can happen. But that's why I trade options. Okay? So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you, Steve. Hearing this from you with your whole life experience trading gives me sure I can still do this. I will keep you progress on my posted on my progress. Awesome stuff. Okay, Eric. I I'm gonna now ask him. Do you mind if I make a video of this? See what he says. He should say okay. He's a smart guy. He's a good kid. I really like this guy. You know, I have all good students. You know, I've been really blessed to have. You know, I have the best students in the world. I really do. All right. Um, you know, they they really are the greatest students in the world. I wish they would be more thorough and do more of what I say, because I think this could have been avoided. If he was sending me all of his trades for the last couple of weeks and I saw he was trading something like BPTH, which I don't even know, by the way, was it, I'm going to ask him, BPTH? I know it was. Alright. I know it was. I know for sure, because that's the only thing that could have done that. Alright. But I'm so blessed. I love all of my students. I really have only had like one or two out of 300 bad students. But again, I wish you all, even if you're listening to this right now and you're one of my students, you know, if you would just do what I ask of you, send me your homework for a year. Don't send it to me for 3 months and just because you're making money, stop. Yeah? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, there you go. Watch the video when it comes out. You will laugh. Oh shit. He lost over $100,000. Wow. Okay, don't worry. I have done the same and made it all back. I have. It's believe me, I have. Yeah. But please do every step as I outlined. That is critical. You can do this. And send me all your fecking FEK trades for at least another 30 days. Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do. Believe me, I had it happen to me before. Yeah. Get away from E-Trade. and like do your homework. Go and find a broker that will do this flawlessly, okay? All right, E. I hate seeing things like this, but he's young. It's it's not insurmountable. I've done it before myself. Okay, but you must take that 6 month horizon to make it back. Okay? Talk soon. Okay, guys, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I want you to know he is not alone. And he has nothing to be ashamed of. If any of you come to me and say, what a fool, and you're a trader, I'm going to say it's just a matter of time. Okay? Because if you haven't done this yet, believe me, and you're not letting technology work for you, it's just a matter of time. You'll remember me, and you'll say, oh my God, I wish I wasn't such an arsehole, and I wish I understood how difficult this business was. That is why, folks, people call me negative. That is why I am negative. I'm not really negative. I'm actually a really super positive guy, but I'm negative about human behavior because 99.999% of traders that try to do this without having the right tools and technology working for them or failing to use those tools and technology will end up where this guy is, okay? Okay, thank you and love you all. Bye for now.